Legendary music producer Rick Rubin has come out in favor of AI in music, saying that AI in music is the new punk rock. I have to be honest, I fucking hate that. And this is not a dig at Rick. Rick Rubin has forgotten more things than I could possibly know or ever remember. He is a total legend. But when it comes to punk rock was a movement. Yes, it was unapologetic. Yes, it was raw. Yes, it was angry. Yes, it was honest. But this is not what AI stands for. There's a fallacy about punk rock and bad musicianship or talent. And if you go back and listen to that music like the Sex Pistols, the Stranglers, the Clash, and how that talent was a part of the growth of the genre, I don't see any correlation whatsoever. For example, the first band I ever went to see live with my father was the Stranglers. You go and listen to the Stranglers' first album in 1977, Ratus Novicicus. You go and listen to the bass sound. You go and listen to the keyboards. You go and listen to how that swings, how it grooves, the momentum of not just the musicianship, but what they had to say. This is not punk rock. Punk rock was DIY. Punk rock was anti-corporation. AI is the corporation. AI removes musicianship. It removes the artistry. It removes the talent outside of the prompting. Or is that what this is about? You become a famous prompter as opposed to a famous artist. Punk was a genre. It coexisted, which meant you could go and listen to other types of music. You had funk, you had soul, you had glam, you had rock, you had jazz. You could choose what to listen to. So punk infiltrated the music industry, whereas AI will be the music industry. AI will be in everything. It becomes the framework. It's not a style. This is changing every aspect of music in general. This is the playing. This is the producing. This is the singing. This is being somebody. This is the ultimate catfish. What's sacred about music is that the artist is different to a writer. An artist stands for something. A writer writes a song. A singer sings the song. This has to be real. That's what's sacred about art and music. If you look at being an artist, you don't have to be the best singer, but you do have to stand for something. You do have to relate to something. Your identity has to be a part of who you are as a brand in order to connect with a certain demographic. So what makes art sacred isn't being good. It's how true it is. It's how real it is. It's how honest it is. Imagine someone writes you a letter and how you feel. And you read that letter from someone special and you go, God, that really meant something to me. And then they went, oh, it's just nonsense. I just tapped some prompts into AI and it gave me what it thought you would like. And so it sent it over. You can't say art is about being the most real version of you if AI has infiltrated every aspect of what you do. There has to be risk. There has to be reward. Music comes from pain. It comes from emotion. It comes from struggling. AI is comfort. AI is the ultimate catfish. AI could be a 55-year-old lady in Missouri pretending to be a 17-year-old dude who's singing songs to teenage girls. It's the ultimate fake. And then you've got the flood. At the moment, there's 100,000 songs being uploaded to Spotify and other DSPs every single day. Deezer says that 20% or 18% of those songs are fully AI, which means nearly 20,000 songs every single day are being uploaded, which are completely fake. It has nothing to do with real. It has nothing to do with your songwriting. It has everything to do with prompting codes. AI doesn't build artists. It just throws content at a wall. So who wins in this scenario? Well, the music industry, because I totally understand. There's the dilemma of this video that I had, which was, how do I feel about AI? I love a lot of the bits of AI, but I really struggle with so much of it. And I guess it's like, who polices it and where's the line? But the industry will win, because if a prompter, an artist, does well, then the label will do what it's always done. A major label will buy that artist, as opposed to buying a record label or buying the music. It just buys the rights to the artist and then carries on, or might even buy the artist and give it to their in-house team of prompters. They're going to hire the best prompters. They're going to build prompt houses instead of building songwriting houses. You know, you think this is anti-industry? Forget that. This is completely anti-establishment, because the music industry itself will take over. How can you possibly compete when the majors will do what they've always done? So this dilemma I've had, which is how much AI is too much. You know, even making this video, I use ChatGPT to come up with some ways of framing things, or to come up with titles. to help enhance a video. But there's a big difference between that and someone who says, here's a prompt, write me a song. Here's a prompt, make the track. Produce this in the style of Rick Rubin, who is one of the greatest legendary producers of our time. And now it can be completely forged in the sake of, 20 seconds. And you can give me 10 different versions. So I can just crank out this stuff as quick as I want. Can't sing? Who cares? Can't write lyrics? Who cares? Can't write a song? Who cares? Can't write a hook? Can't write a melody? You can't promote it. You don't even have to be in the video. There's now lots of examples of these artists where you can see real people, real pictures, real videos of artists who don't even exist. So whilst everyone's talking about Velvet Sundown, which is interesting because I don't even think it's that good. We're in this quality versus quantity phase, and quantity always trumps at the beginning. When it's an early adoption, quantity wins. We saw it with every social media platform. When TikTok is on the rise, then worse content will get through because there's a supply and demand issue. And what happens is less people are actually making content and more people start consuming it without making it because they're not used to it. And so therefore, average content gets through. But then over a period of time, we go through the saturation period. We go into the quality period and average stuff doesn't get through. So right now, everyone's talking about Velvet Sundown. They're okay. It's fine. But the reason why it's successful is because they're an early adopter, because everyone's talking about what's in it, the fact that it's AI, the fact that it's not real. But what we're missing here is that is 1 out of 20,000 tracks that's uploaded every single day. So the amount of songs that are going to be uploaded, the amount of people are going to be sitting in their house forgetting about talent, forgetting about songwriting, forgetting about storytelling. All they're going to do is saying, look, I'm just going to prompt some ideas, throw it into ChatGPT, you make me something. So the big question then is, what's the point? What is the point in doing this? Because if we are looking at this as you're not going to tour because you're not even real, there's not really any adoration. There's not really the fame. There's not really the fact that you have the feeling of making something that really means something, that's meaningful, or the emotion. So is it just money? Is it just finance? Is that all we're doing this for? There was a news article I was reading that someone made $10 million from just uploading AI tracks. So I'm like, okay, so that's just money. So this is purely a cash grab, a money grab. But where does that end for companies like Spotify or Tidal or Deezer or YouTube when so much fake stuff is being uploaded? Does it get split? Is there the policing from a platform that says some of it is acceptable, some of it isn't acceptable? Where's the line? Is it that you need to have a real voice? Or is it not? Is it that you need to have written a certain amount of the song? Is it that you have to have produced it yourself? Is it that you have to come up with your own lyrics? Or is it complete fair game for this to be the Wild West and you can literally create 100 songs every single day, upload it to every DSP around the world in the hope that something will go? And when it does, you've got your little business model. You've got a way of actually making some money. If that's the case, in my opinion, this is a computer game. We've just entered the realm of a computer game where we've gone onto cheat mode. We've gone onto the internet, we've downloaded the cheat code to give us all of the money and just kind of gone, honestly, I don't have to do any of the hard work, none of the tension, none of the release, don't need any of that. What I need to do is just press a button again and again. I don't even need to learn how to prompt because I can prompt the prompt. It's getting crazy. But what is the need? Is this the need to create? Because if it is, you're not really creating that much. But Rick Rubin is brilliant. He's a brilliant mind. But he is philosophizing from safety. This is someone who's been very successful over a long period of time. And now he has the ability to sit back and play with these tools and be interested and see what this works. But he's not in the trenches. He's not an artist who's just coming through, trying to release their first single or their first album, trying to figure this out. Meanwhile, there's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of songs being uploaded every single week that you've got to now compete with. And every single one gets to be as perfect as that prompter wants it to be. So how can you possibly compete with perfect looks, with perfect vocals, with perfect songs, with perfect productions, and a button that allows you to do it an infinite amount of times over a year? So my question is, to the real artists, which obviously everyone who watches this channel, where's the line? How much is too much AI? Where does it cross into unacceptable? And what should the platforms do? What should Spotify do? Because in my opinion, it should just get removed. I just feel like this should have a separate platform. If you want to go and find music somewhere else, great. But There's nothing real about this. It's synthetic. It's completely fake. It's a computer game. Why can't we just remove all of it from Spotify and put it onto a different platform? Put it somewhere else. Or have some kind of disclaimer that says this was made with AI, and for the people who don't care and they don't want to connect from a relationship point of view, and by a relationship I mean the identity of an artist brand, then those people can do that. But I believe that a lot of people will want to connect with an artist more than just the music itself. Let me know what you think in the comments. How much AI is too much AI? See you again soon.